do you like chickens? How about chicken pot pie? How about chicken nuggets?
Chicken train, running all day. Chicken train, running all day. Chicken train, running all day. Can't get on, can't get off. Chicken train, take the chickens away.
So nobody can ever say that I'm not a gambler, because it's a gamble every morning when I open this door on whether or not we're going to have less birds in here. And as it is, I'm only counting 6. So we got to see where that other bird is. Found him. So there you have it. So we've lost yet another turkey. Again, I don't know what's going on. I imagine that's that one that I had segregated. He made it out before bedtime last night. So, gosh, I really don't know. I don't know what's going on with these birds, but now there are only 6. Well, let's go check on our friends out on the pasture. Hopefully they're doing better, and we will check back in with you from there. Stand by. All right, so we're hoping for a little better news from the pasture out here. What we're not wanting is we're not wanting any mortality. Our bird friends look like they're all snuggled in, hopefully ready for breakfast. So I'm going to do something a little different today. I don't quite have the all the equipment to do it, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to spread that fermented feed out amongst all 3 tractors. It's clearly not making a big difference to those ones that we've been giving it to. So what we're going to do is we're going to we'll put a little bit in each one, let them get used to it. We might end up feeding that with 3 troughs. I don't know, but everybody's looking good out here. Let's get them fed. Let's check the waters, and we will check back in with you guys shortly. Stand by. All right, so everybody's fed. Everybody seems happy. Got a couple of antisocial birds back over there in the corner. I think they're just trying to get some sunlight. It's not that cool this morning. It was a warmer morning, but we've got a couple of them soaking up the rays. So, all right, so it's off to the day job for me. I've got to go earn a living so that we can keep paying for turkeys that keep dying. And in the meantime, I'm going to try to figure out what the heck is going on with that. But nonetheless, we will check out with you from the pasture for right now, and then we'll catch up this evening when we come back out. So stay with us. Okay, so with a fair amount of trepidation and effort, we got the water buffalo moved from down there to up here. We're now about, I'd guess we're probably 4.5, 5 feet above where the waterers are. And I've got so here's what I got going. I've got that valve turned on. I've got that valve turned on. I see I've developed a little leak there, but we've got both those valves. They're going into that Y. Both those valves are open. I've got it hooked up down here to the quick disconnect, and we're going to go down here and see if we're actually filling. I got most of the way through this process before I realized that I wasn't documenting this, and I can't tell whether or not it must have put some in because they're hot and heavy on that, but I don't know, maybe I can't hear it going in. Here, let's set up the tripod. And then let's go there. I'm going to try one more thing. We are going to go up here. Well, those birds are thirsty. So we're going to go right up here. And we're going to find... Let me find you guys a place to sit. Okay, so I'm going to find the one hose off of the fullest. might have been fighting ourselves. Let's go back and see if that. We're gonna go back down here and see if maybe we were fighting ourselves. If it was creating like a vacuum or something. And I don't think we were. Let's see. We got water there, but man, it's not very. We just don't have much flow here. Let's see if we can figure this out. Stand by. All right, so let me show you what I did. What I did is right here I had all that black hose coiled up right there. So what I did is I stretched the black hose out down this little hill here, and then I made a big long sweeping loop with it there, back around to here. And now we are actually getting water in there. We're about half full right now, and it's still going. So I think I just had too many coils, had too much resistance. I'm guessing. I don't know. Now this works when it's totally full. Don't know if it's going to work when it's half full or mostly empty. So, but what I'm trying to do is just trying to save us another couple steps where we're not lugging those waterers back and forth to that water buffalo. So I'm hoping that we can save ourselves some steps. Sorry, I'm kind of out of breath and I'm looking for my next plan here. So I need to move that hose as soon as that one's full. I need to move that hose over to here, and then I need to move it over to there. So hopefully, if we can keep that thing running, you can see how much higher it is than we are right here. So it really should create like a nice siphon, pick up some pressure so that it can fill these waters. So once I get the waters filled, of course I'm going to have to run all the birds out of there, move the tractors, and put the birds back all by myself because our girlfriend Mandy is working late tonight. So stay with me. All right, so I didn't capture it on the last two, but I think we can get it on this one. Let's see if we can hear it. That's a nice sound. So it's filling okay. I think I just got to keep the coils out of the hose, and I think it'll fill. So they're filling. It's taken about 4 minutes for a bucket to fill. So that's pretty good. If we can eliminate having to pull these out of here, walk them over to the water buffalo and fill them, if we can just hook this hose up to them, that is going to be just about as handy as it gets. So I'm going to let this fill. I'm going to let the chickens out in the farthest west tractor. We'll get that one moved, and then we'll just move all of these. So the downside of this is I kind of have to keep an eye on it because I don't want it overflowing and making the inside of the tractor wet. So I got to be real cautious of that because I don't want them sleeping in a mud hole. In case you guys were wondering how Wryneck is doing, old Wryneck Willie, he is doing well. Now you'll notice that he's significantly smaller than the other chickens, but he's about twice as friendly as the rest of them are. So he always wants to be near us. He's always the last one out of the tractor, and we have to just literally pick him up and carry him out most days. And so I think this is what they call imprinting, and I blame Mandy for it because she handled this bird so much that he now thinks he's human. So we're gonna let her do the deed, if you know what I mean, because that's her bird. So But yeah, birds are doing well. Ryeneck is doing good. He doesn't even show any signs of it. And as a matter of fact, if he catches up in size to the rest of these birds, we won't even know which one he is. But I mean, we'll figure out a way to identify him so that we don't get him to some unsuspecting CSA member. And but don't you worry. I think I have a feeling that he's going to stay small longer than any of these birds because he got such a slow start. But yeah, so the rest of these birds seem to be enjoying the. There's those little green leaves on those wildflowers, and they really like those leaves when we let them out to graze. So they eat the heck out of those. So now, good news is we're going to be pulling a couple of those wildflowers at least into the tractor tonight. So they should have those picked clean by morning time. So other than that, I got to get these birds moved so that I can move the tractor, and then we will catch up with you guys before we head home. Stand by. Okay, so that was an absolute chore, but we got them back in, settled in for the evening on fresh grass. They got full waters. Pretty pleased with how that, with the fact that the water actually drained downhill. That's about the only law of physics that has held true with this whole farming project. But so they're on really uneven ground. That tractor right there, I had to block it up a lot. So I'm really looking forward to when we can get, looks like one more move. And you can see there was one there, and one there. So I'm really looking forward to getting back on that level ground again. Now, we're not too far. We've got, let me see, we've got, so 1, 2, 3, 4. On the 5th move, we've got to take one across the road. So one's going over there, and then 2, we double them up on this side, and then we run them down this side for a while. So we're close. I'll tell you what, right up there at that black barrel, let me zoom in on that a little bit. You can see right there, about that black barrel is where we stopped last season. So we are going to we're going to be real close to butcher time when we get to that black barrel, and we'll have to see where we're at, see what the birds weigh. My guess is, just a gut feeling, we'll probably be about 3 moves beyond that barrel before we start getting real serious about butchering. So with that in mind, I'm going to check out. I'm wore out. I'm dry as dirt. I'm hungry. I need a nap. I'm just going to sit here and complain for a while. You guys will have to listen to me because you're a captive audience. But anyway, okay, so we're going to call it quits tonight. So day number 32. Day number 32 from the Urban Micro Farm, Wyoming James, saying adios. Okay, well, I thought I would poke my head in on the turkeys and see how they were doing once I got home. And as you can see, not well is the answer. So it won't focus, but we've got one that's no longer with us over there, and we've got one right there that's no longer with us. So we are down to 4 turkeys. We've got 4 live turkeys with us. Who knows how long these 4 will last. I'm at my wit's end with this. You know, it's funny because I just did a video for work today where I said, you know, it's important that you document your failures and own your failures so that you can celebrate your wins and your triumphs. But man, this is hard. It's hard letting the world see that we've got now the majority of our turkeys are dead, and there's really nothing we can do. We're trying to keep fresh feed down. We're trying to keep the heat right, but everything we read, everybody we talk to is just telling us that these turkeys are pretty temperamental. So I don't know what we'll do here. We'll just keep on keeping on. It's all we can do. So if anybody has any experience with turkeys in the past and you want to share some advice with us, please put it in the comments down below. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow morning. Adios.
Chicken train running all day, can't get on.